What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time watching me, my name is Jay. I'm an active duty Green Beret, slowly inching my way towards retirement. The intent behind this channel is to share my knowledge and wisdom with current and future SOF operators. So like and subscribe to help me reach that goal. Guys, today we're going to discuss why I've decided to hang it all up after nearly 20 plus years of military service. Before we discuss that, let's go back to the beginning. September 11, 2001, I was a junior over at George Westinghouse High School. At approximately 9:30, I was sitting in class, all right, listening to my teacher when the first plane hit the World Trade Center. I remembered hearing a loud, boom, but we didn't know what it was, so we just kept listening to our teacher and not really, making anything of it, right? Approximately 25 minutes later, we had a student run into the classroom and he told us that, the World Trade Center was under attack and that a plane had, crashed into it. So the teacher, he didn't really know what to do. So we just, kept driving with the class, right? We didn't know what to do. There was no, SOP in place as to, what we should do if something like that was to happen. 5 to 10 minutes later, the second plane hit. And I remember looking out the window and seeing the smoke because my desk was against the window and my high school was right next to the Brooklyn Bridge, which is, a bridge away from the World Trade Center, right? So my teacher stopped the class and told all the students to go home, and I remember vividly walking from downtown Brooklyn all the way to Canarsie, which was an all-day event, right? Fast forward a year later, I graduated high school, went off to college, and a semester later, I dropped out of college and signed up for the military, right? Why did I do that? What was my reasoning for, leaving college and joining the United States Army? I wanted to do my part. As a New Yorker, I felt like I was obligated to, join and make all the individuals responsible for 9/11 pay for what they did, right? And I did just that. I signed up as a 12th Bravo. I got stationed at Fort Riley, Kansas, and within 3 months of being there, I was deployed to Iraq. I would deploy 2 more times out of Fort Riley, Kansas before going to selection and joining the regiment. I am content with, my career and how it went and what I've done, right? But I can honestly say as I transitioned from the tactical aspect of the job, being a team sergeant, to the more admin, portion of the job, serving as a first sergeant and as a Ops 3 sergeant major, that it's just not the same for me, right? So that played into why I'm calling it quits at approximately 20 years, right? I'm more of a tactical soldier. I like going to the range. I like being down there with the guys. I like to shoot, move, communicate, but sitting behind the desk and just filing paperwork and, although it's important, I understand it, it's just not for me, right? And as I transition from military to civilian life, I feel like I have a new mission, I have a new purpose, and inspiring and motivating the next generation of, individuals to join SOF and take it to the enemy. Because at the end of the day, if I'm able to help, 2 or 3 dudes, that's mission success for me, right? Everything else is just a bonus. Right, so that, guys, was, the main reason why I, decided to hang it all up, and yes, family plays a part in it, right? Because I always preach, run out of family before you run out of career, but my family's supportive, and if I had decided, to keep going, they would have supported me, right? If you have any comments or if you have any advice for, folks that are in my shoes at that 19+ year mark, feel free to provide that guidance, especially if you're a retired sergeant major out there and you understand what we're going through. Feel free to leave it in the comments, all right? I appreciate you guys watching, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Leadership style number 1, directive. With this leadership style, guys, you as